today. My mom's making Banh Xeo. It's a Southeast Asian crepes, but not the sweet one. The one that you add meat and vegetable ends. So what she's doing now,
Chao sạch.
cha sak. Sak chamoy, what's it called?
Temperang.
Tembarang, that's onion. Cho mak pala sake.
Pate.
So-
Tabi
The chicken only put a little bit MSG, not too much. You don't need to use MSG. You can use salt and pepper. We have a sauce that you dip the Banh Xeo into. So necessarily you don't need to overpower the flavor of the chicken and the Banh Xeo crepes itself. Okay,
This
so
one
right
has
now
a
she's
mixture
taking
of,
the flour,
coconut into it, and then
they come in a package. You can buy it any Asian
put dried green onions and stuff in
Asian
into
store,
it.
your local Asian market or whatever.
And what she's cutting now is the I think it's a turmeric. It will give the flour its yellow color. And then that's the dried green onion. If you don't want to use dried what you call ingredients, you can always use some some fresh ones. It just depends what your palate is like. Okay, so now you just mix it. You can use a spoon or a whisk or whatever you got. Your hands, it doesn't matter. You don't want it to be very, very thick. You want it just consistency of, I would say, almost like cream. So not too thick and not too thin. Need to add 1 egg into it.
If you make more, you can add more. But
If you're making, let's say if you're going to a temple and you're making a bunch of them at the same time, then yeah, add more eggs to the pot. But since this is only made for from one pack and one family, so this just needs 1 egg. It's no big deal. Also, I see the Thai version, they add coconut milk into it, but I think because this one already has some coconut into it for tasting and creaminess, there's no need. Okay, right now my mom's chopping some the cabbage. Will add, I guess, more crispiness, and then keep the dish kind of dry for the most part, because the meat itself is already there's still some liquid in there. So this adds a balance of veggies and meat all together, because you have the cabbage, the onions, and then the chicken itself. And then what you can do is add bean sprouts to the dish, basically at the end, because that's when the bean sprouts are just cooked enough to be still crispy. Okay, so you need oil to basically lube the pan itself. Some people would cook it with wok, or you just need a deep enough pan. So basically you can either flip it, or what you call it's easier to
use a spatula and stuff. You already let the chicken itself rest because it's gonna start cooking again with the what you call the pancake part, the crepes. So this is the consistency that you're looking for. Too thick and you won't get that crispiness. Too thin and it probably won't hold because you're actually putting stuff in it, so it needs the weight. So I guess this, you'll see what you call my mom throw this in there into the pan and see how much you need. Okay, so what my mom just did was go to the backyard and we have the actually have banana leaves grown in the back, and yeah, they've grown bananas already a couple months ago. So this is part of the garnishing. You want to cut the leaves and actually clean them. You clean them and then you put it on a plate so you can separate. Instead of using tin foil, what you can do is separate them with the banana leaves so they won't stick together. So easier to scoop it up individually. Okay, that's one scoop right there. And then a little bit more. Just make sure it's all covered. And then you want a lid for the pan, so it kind of cooks all around. Gimana sih?
Like, maybe.
Couple seconds? Okay, I think that was about maybe 10 seconds. You want to let it cover the whole wok or pan, and then you can put the cabbage into it. So you can let it cook what you call inside the pan itself. So every time you cook these, the first
Sometimes
1 or 2 of them is going to be basically the test ones. And some of them, what you call, the first one would definitely probably stick to the pan.
depends.
It depends because you have to gauge how much oil that you need to put into the pan at first, and it depends on the heat itself. So it's actually just good timing, basically. Right after the first one, the more you do it, the more easier it's gonna get. It's not gonna stick to the pan so much. So you just keep it in the pan a little longer, so the outer part of the crepes would kind of crispy up. Be careful, don't leave it for too long because then you'll get a burnt smell. Okay, so that's the first one right there. You can see there's
little bit char marks, that's okay because basic it's not that much on there. As you can see there over here, it's the crispy part on the edges. So this is the second one. So you only want to keep it in that pan for a couple of seconds, and then you start using start putting the cabbage over there. Right after the cabbage, you let it cook a little bit, and then you put the meat. Some people would add shrimp with the ground chicken or ground pork?
Chicken.
Okay, this is ground chicken. Some people use ground pork.
They don't use pork.
In Cambodia, they use chicken because it's abundance, and pork is not so abundant.
At the Cambodia, they have a lot of pork.
Oh, they have a lot of pork. Okay.
Yeah, chicken is expensive, but in the US, a lot of chicken.
Okay, so correction. In the States, it's easier to use chicken because it's cheaper. In Cambodia, it's easier to use pork because that's cheaper over there. When I went to Cambodia, I went to Sihanoukville. They make these seafood ones, and because I'm from the States, I know how to eat. I took down probably 10 to 20 of them by myself. My family over there saw me eating, and they just kept ordering. I had that with the side of what you call it's like charbroiled squid, and what they do is just put it on a barbecue rack, and then they do it like a meat on a stick or whatever. Okay, so you only need to flip one side. And that's the second one. You want to use medium heat for this, not high heat. High heat would overcook the crepes itself. Low heat will take too long, and medium heat is just perfect. No, every time I miss a call, it shows you on the phone. Okay, as you can see, the edges are already brown a little bit. So that's how you know when it's pretty much cooked. Now, you don't want to overpack these crepes. Then it's just going to get harder to eat it. Just want to put what you call, just the right amount of everything. Also, for you people that what you call like it with a little spice, you can always add sriracha to it, basically now or after. It really depends on you. In Cambodia, they would add peppers. They don't really have a bunch of sriracha over there because sriracha is actually made here in the States, particularly California. Okay, as you can see, this is the third one, so now it's just getting cleaner and cleaner and easier. So the process is about repetition. And when you're making this, I'm just going to tell you, 5 is not enough.
If you're gonna feed a family, you're gonna make around 10 and what's it called, enough. Okay, so all these are the greens. Basically used with the crepes. What I would do is wrap the lettuce around the Banh Xeo itself and then dip it in the sauce. Okay, so I have my dipping sauces right here. I don't have the what you call peanuts yet. We'll film that when it gets ready. And then this is the Banh Xeo. I have 3. So how I go at it is basically take a piece of lettuce right here. Just take a piece of Banh Xeo right there. Put it there. And then wrap it like a egg roll or spring roll. So I'm Cambodian, so we eat with our hands. Wash your hands before you eat. Try to keep a what you call clean hygiene. Okay, so you dip into the sauce. Usually you have peanuts in it, like ground peanuts. So it will lift up and it will be crispy too. I haven't had one of these in a while. Make sure you got enough meat and everything mixed together with it. I'm a bit of a messy eater, sorry. Make sure you have paper when you're eating with your hands. So you cut cucumbers and just dip it into the sauce. Eat with the whole thing. Okay, this one will be different. I'll add some cucumbers and then some leafy greens. Sometimes we do have some mint and stuff too. It'll add to the aroma. Okay, so and again, make sure you have enough of the cabbage and stuff there. Nothing beats a home cooked meal, especially when your parents make it.
Okay, so right now my mom's roasting the peanuts. This way the skins will easily come off, and it'll give it a toasty aroma and taste. After that, she will crush the peanuts into little bite pieces, and then that's what you use with the sauce.